If you're anything like I used to be, every single time you engage in social situations, you try to put your best self out there. You hype yourself up, you get all the energy you can, and you try to be this high vibe person, this nice person to be around. You want to give others a really nice experience of being around you. You want to make them feel good, you want to make them have a good opinion about you, so that they like you, so that you are able to bond with them better. But the issue with such a behavior is that this is not the real you. This is not the authentic, the natural version of you. And you have to put up effort in order to accomplish this. So imagine a graph where the vertical axis is the amount of energy you put in and how high your vibe is in the conversation. And the horizontal axis is the time. So basically, you are starting somewhere here on this graph. And as time goes on, your energy, your high vibe just goes down, down, down. Because as you get into the conversation more, as you get into a social flow state, you forget about putting up this persona basically, and you become more and more of who you really are. And then your level of charisma goes down. That has a pretty detrimental effect on people because you end up disappointing them basically. You initially give them these high hopes of such a nice person to be around. And then those hopes just vanish. Now, what you might find interesting is that for the people that are naturally charismatic, the graph looks quite the opposite. And they start the conversation with a low vibe or low level of energy. And that's not an objective low level of energy and a horrible vibe, basically. But in comparison to what's to come, it is. Their level of charisma, basically, starts here, let's say, and as time goes on, they get more and more comfortable with the other person. They sense the vibe of the situation, and only then are they able to put the best selves out there. So basically, their diagram goes like this, up and up and up as time goes on. This doesn't mean they are behaving horribly at the beginning, but just in comparison to what's to come, that is a pretty bad level to be at. The thing is, they are just natural. This thing comes to them naturally. They don't have to force it whatsoever. And the beautiful thing is that you have that as well. But you just try to play up to these social standards that you see online and whatnot, and you disregard your authentic tendencies. You betray who you really are in order to fit in accordance to what's said online. Literally, that's the only difference between a person that's naturally charismatic and you. The fact that they don't care about those standards, and they just are. But you are trying to be. You see the difference? Being versus trying to be. So you might want to try this for yourself to convince yourself actually of its validity. And the goal of the next social interaction you engage in, where you want to embrace this part of you, is to be relaxed and natural, not to play up to some expectations. Just be relaxed, natural, because that is your authenticity. As time goes on, people like you more and more and more in a conversation, right? Because you show better and better and better parts of you, instead of time going on and you show worse and worse and worse moods. This was an interesting insight I had in mind recently, so hopefully you've been able to take some value from it.